All right, welcome. Today we are diving into something we all do, get this, about 25,000 times a day, but almost never actually think about breathing. And according to the research we're breaking down, it could be the single most overlooked key to unlocking your absolute peak performance.
So let me just start with this. What if everything you think you know about taking a good, deep breath, what if it's not just a little off, but completely 100% backward? I know that sounds pretty wild, but the material we're digging into today makes this really compelling case that most of us are in a state of chronic overbreathing. And this habit, this thing we don't even know we're doing, is silently sabotaging our energy, our endurance, and even our focus.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, let's tackle this head on. First up, the breathing paradox.
Okay, so this right here, this flips pretty much everything we've been told on its head. Over on one side, you've got what we think is good breathing, right? Take a big, deep breath. We open our mouths, suck in as much air as possible, because more air equals more oxygen, right? Well, wrong. The science actually points to the other side. The real sweet spot is light, slow, and this is key, done through the nose. See, it's not about how much air you can pull in, it's about how well your body actually uses the oxygen it gets. And that brings us to the real villain of this whole story, chronic overbreathing. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're constantly taking in more air than our body actually needs for what we're doing. And you'd think, hey, more of the good stuff, oxygen, that's great. But what you're really doing is blowing off way too much carbon dioxide. And believe it or not, that's what's messing everything up.
Which, leads us perfectly into our next section, and the surprising hero in all of this, the secret role of CO2.
All right, now this gets to the absolute scientific core of everything. It's called the Bohr effect. Just think of it as the official rulebook for how oxygen gets dropped off where it needs to go in your body. It's all about this fascinating and honestly critical relationship between oxygen and carbon dioxide.
So here's the problem, and this is the crucial part. Your red blood cells, your hemoglobin, they're like little delivery trucks packed full of oxygen. But when you overbreathe, especially through your mouth, you exhale too much CO2. And without enough CO2 hanging around in your blood, that hemoglobin it gets really sticky. It basically becomes an oxygen hoarder, gripping onto that precious cargo and just refusing to release it to your muscles and your brain cells that are screaming for it.
And this is the solution. It's so brilliant. See, carbon dioxide isn't just some waste product we need to get rid of. It is the key. It's literally the signal that tells those hemoglobin delivery trucks, hey, this muscle over here needs fuel. Drop off the oxygen right now. So, having a higher tolerance for CO2 in your system means more of that oxygen actually gets unlocked and delivered where it's needed. It's a complete game changer in how you think about breathing.
Okay, so if overbreathing is the problem and CO2 is the key, how do we actually fix this? Well, that brings us to section 3, nasal breathing. It's the natural upgrade your body already came with. The sources we're looking at here, including these world-renowned methods like Oxygen Advantage and the Buteyko technique, they all point to one central idea. Breathing isn't just something that happens to you. It's a trainable skill. It's a system that we can consciously improve, and the benefits are massive. And guess what? Our body comes with a perfect built-in training tool, our nose. Breathing through your nose is a skill because it kind of forces you to do everything right. Yeah, it filters and warms the air, that's great, but more importantly, it naturally slows your breathing rate way down, and that automatically helps you hold on to the right amount of CO2. And as we now know, that improves your CO2 tolerance and triggers that beautiful Bohr effect to deliver more oxygen. The end result? Better physiological economy. You get more done with way less effort.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you know if your own breathing is efficient or not? Well, let's get practical. Section 4 is all about testing your breathing efficiency. So that sensitivity to carbon dioxide, that crucial piece of the puzzle for oxygen delivery, is something you can actually measure. The source material gives us this simple do-it-yourself test called the Body Oxygen Level Test, or BOLT score for short. And you can find your score right now. It's super simple. Here's what you do. First, just sit down, relax, and breathe normally through your nose for a minute or so. Then, after a normal, quiet exhale, not a big one, just a normal one, gently pinch your nose shut and start a timer. Now the key here, and this is super important, you are not holding your breath for as long as you possibly can. You're just timing it until you feel that first definite desire to breathe. The second you feel that urge, that's it. Let go of your nose, breathe in, and stop the timer. That number, in seconds, that's your Bolt score.
Okay, so you've got your score. And for a lot of us, it's probably a bit lower than we'd like. So, what now? Well, that is what our final section is all about. How to train your breath and transform your performance. Let's just circle back to that main idea one last time because it's so important. Breathing is a trainable skill. This isn't just some cool biological fact. It's a way to fundamentally level up your physical and your mental potential by mastering something you've probably taken for granted your entire life.
And the payoff for actually training this skill, it's huge. By focusing on nasal breathing and doing simple exercises to slowly and safely increase that Bolt score, the research points to all these incredible benefits. We are talking about more endurance, better, deeper sleep, enhanced physiological economy, reduced recovery time after you work out, and even better management of your stress response. You are literally rewiring your entire system for peak efficiency.
So, the big takeaway here is this. Our breath isn't just on autopilot. It's adaptable. It is a direct lever we can all pull to change our performance, our recovery, and our stress levels every single day. So really, it all comes down to this one question. Your potential is one breath away. Are you ready to train it?